This is NFL Daily Brief, quick, clear, and current. Hit like and subscribe for the latest league updates. Mitchell Tinsley secured a bobbled catch and scored 2 touchdowns in the first half against the Commanders.
The second week of the 2025 National Football League preseason showcased extended playing time for starters.
Washington is demonstrating that their run game can thrive even without Brian Robinson Jr.
The Commanders' backups effectively moved the ball against the Bengals' defense.
Washington showcased versatility in their run game with contributions from Deebo Samuel, Chris Rodriguez Jr., Jaden Daniels, and Jacare Kroski-Merritt.
The Commanders' offensive line performed well, highlighted by rookie right tackle Josh Conerly Jr. and tight end John Bates.
Caleb Williams performed well in his preseason debut for the Chicago Bears.
Buffalo Bills rested most of their starters against the Bears.
Jacksonville Jaguars showed improvement in their second preseason game under new coach Liam Cohen.
The quarterback competition between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shaw for the New Orleans Saints remains close.
Jackson Dart impressed in his second preseason game for the New York Giants.
The New York Jets' passing offense struggled in their preseason game.
Defensive end Trey Hendrickson is holding his ground and refusing to play for the Bengals this season unless his contract demands are met.
Hendrickson recently spoke with ESPN and stated that he and the team are close to agreeing on the salary amount and contract length.
However, the guaranteed money remains the main point of contention in the negotiations.
The Bengals are unwilling to guarantee his salary beyond the first season, causing a standstill in the discussions.
The Bengals previously allowed Hendrickson to seek a trade to another team, but so far, no such deal has materialized.
Hendrickson, who will turn 31 this fall, is set to earn $16 million this season and ended his holdout on July 30th.
He has been with the team since then, but he has not been participating in practices.
Last season, Hendrickson led the league with 17.5 sacks, marking his best season to date.
He emphasized that his priority is not recognition, but rather security for himself and his family.
He wants to know where they will be playing in the future, and that is a key factor in these negotiations.
This situation is causing significant tension between the Bengals and one of their star players.
It remains to be seen how this contract dispute will ultimately be resolved.
Brian Robinson Jr. did not play in the Commanders' preseason loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, potentially signaling his departure from the team.
This absence, coupled with wide receiver Terry McLaurin sitting out due to contract negotiations, fueled speculation about Robinson's future.
A league source indicated the Commanders might attempt to trade Robinson in the coming days.
If a trade does not materialize, the team could release Robinson, who has been their primary running back for the past 3 seasons.
Head coach Dan Quinn confirmed meeting with Robinson and informing the team of the decision to bench him, but declined to comment on Robinson's future with the team.
Prior to the news regarding Robinson, it was reported that the game would showcase running backs Chris Rodriguez Jr. and Jacare Kroski-Merritt.
Rodriguez had an impressive performance with 6 carries for 62 yards, including a 40-yard run.
Kroski-Merritt also contributed with 46 yards on 11 carries and a touchdown.
If Robinson departs, only 10 players drafted before the current general manager and coach arrived would remain on the roster.
The Commanders' backfield also includes veteran Austin Eckler and plans to utilize receiver Deebo Samuel in a running back role.
Veteran Jeremy McNichols, who impressed the coaches last season with 261 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, is also on the roster.
The coaching staff has emphasized the depth of their running back group throughout training camp, suggesting a running back by committee approach.
Tennessee Titans training camp heated up when quarterback Cam Ward and defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons got into a scuffle.
Following a touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley, Ward shoved Simmons before celebrating.
Simmons retaliated by pushing Ward in the face mask, prompting the offensive line to intervene.
Left tackle Dan Moore Jr. emphasized the importance of protecting the quarterback.
Simmons and Ward were separated after Simmons' helmet was knocked off.
Ward continued practice while Simmons left the field, and the session concluded shortly after.
Cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr. noted the competitive spirit of both players.
He acknowledged the need to separate players quickly when the quarterback is involved.
The confrontation followed a touchdown run by Julius Chestnut, facilitated by right tackle J.C. Latham blocking Simmons.
Latham and Simmons have been exchanging trash talk throughout camp, along with Ward.
Neither Ward nor Simmons commented on the incident after practice.
Brownlee expressed concern about the quarterback being in such situations but also admired Ward for standing up for himself.
The Miami Dolphins have agreed to a 1-year contract with outside linebacker Matthew Judon.
This contract is worth up to $6 million, according to multiple reports.
Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel stated the team is interested in Judon regardless of any injuries to other players.
He said the visit is to determine if a mutually beneficial situation exists.
Judon joins a talented outside linebackers group that has performed well in training camp.
This signing addresses the Dolphins' pass rush depth, which has been challenged in recent seasons.
Last season, the Dolphins ranked 27th in the National Football League with only 35 sacks.
Judon had 5.5 sacks and 9 quarterback hits last season with the Atlanta Falcons.
He is returning from a torn biceps injury that limited him to 4 games in 2023.
Prior to the injury, Judon was a top pass rusher, with 15.5 sacks in 2022.
He is a 4-time Pro Bowler and has 72 career sacks in 9 seasons.
Judon was acquired by the Falcons in a trade with the New England Patriots last season.
Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson returned to practice after a 25-day absence due to a left hamstring strain.
This was Jefferson's first practice since the second day of training camp, and the Vikings are being cautious with his recovery given his history of hamstring issues.
He participated in warm-ups and individual drills but did not participate in team drills.
Jefferson will not play in the Vikings' preseason finale against the Tennessee Titans but is expected to start in Week 1 against the Chicago Bears.
While sidelined, Jefferson had been present at practices, supporting his teammates and offering guidance to other receivers.
He admitted that being sidelined was mentally challenging, preferring to be on the field with his teammates.
Jefferson spent time during his recovery analyzing the reasons behind his recurring hamstring problems.
He believes his unique body mechanics and movement patterns contribute to the stress on his hamstrings.
Jefferson is working on strengthening specific areas to prevent future injuries.
His return is timely, as the Vikings' receiving core is currently facing some uncertainty.
Jordan Addison will miss the first 3 games due to suspension, and Jalen Nailor is dealing with a hand injury.
The Vikings have been evaluating several other receivers during training camp, including Tim Jones, Lucky Jackson, and Thayer Thomas, along with rookie Ty Felton.
The New England Patriots have the most salary cap space in the National Football League and are open to trade opportunities.
Executive Vice President of Player Personnel Elliot Wolf confirmed the Patriots are in communication with all 31 teams.
He emphasized that trades are often more complex than they appear to fans.
However, the Patriots are willing to make a move if it benefits the team.
Wolf stated the Patriots would consider trading a first or second-round draft pick for the right player.
This comes at a time when several high-profile players are in contract disputes with their teams.
The Patriots currently have about $60 million in cap space.
A potential challenge for New England is their long-term salary cap outlook.
They are currently over the salary cap for 2026.
This is the year cornerback Christian Gonzalez will be eligible for a contract extension.
Wolf stated their cap space situation is part of a bigger picture strategy.
He also highlighted that quarterback Drake May is on a rookie contract and they spent significant money in free agency this year.
Joe Flacco will be the Cleveland Browns' starting quarterback for Week 1 of the 2025 season.
Flacco, a seasoned veteran in his 18th National Football League season, will also start in the Browns' final preseason game against the Los Angeles Rams.
Head coach Kevin Stefanski plans to use this game as a dress rehearsal for the regular season.
Flacco did not play in the Browns' first 2 preseason games.
The Browns will host the Cincinnati Bengals for their Week 1 matchup.
Cleveland initially had a 4-way quarterback competition in training camp, including Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders.
However, injuries and practice performance led to Flacco taking most of the first-team repetitions.
Pickett has been out with a hamstring injury since July 26.
Gabriel and Sanders also missed time due to hamstring and oblique injuries, respectively.
Flacco returns to the Browns after a successful 5-game stint in 2023 where he led the team to a 4-1 record.
He threw for over 300 yards in 4 consecutive wins before losing to the Houston Texans in the wildcard round.
Following that season, Flacco played for the Indianapolis Colts in 2024 before rejoining the Browns.
Jonathan Mingo is expected to begin the season on injured reserve due to a knee injury.
He suffered a sprained posterior cruciate ligament in his right knee during the preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens.
Mingo is anticipated to need 4 to 6 weeks, or potentially more, for recovery.
The injury occurred during a 49-yard reception in the third quarter of the game.
He attempted to play the following down but then limped to the sideline and was ruled out.
The Cowboys acquired Mingo and a 7th-round pick from the Carolina Panthers last year.
In 8 games with the Panthers, he recorded 5 receptions for 46 yards.
However, he did not catch any passes from starting quarterback Dak Prescott.
Prescott missed the final 9 games of the 2024 season due to a hamstring injury.
The Cowboys have the option to place 2 players on injured reserve with designation to return.
This designation can be used when finalizing the 53-man roster on August 26.
This allows players to return after a certain period without occupying a roster spot initially.
The Cleveland Browns have named 40-year-old Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback for the 2025 season opener.
This decision concludes a quarterback competition that saw Flacco emerge as the clear frontrunner.
Flacco took most of the first-team reps in training camp due to Kenny Pickett's hamstring injury.
Rookie Dillon Gabriel also received first-team reps but missed the preseason opener with a hamstring injury.
Another rookie, Shedeur Sanders, has not received any first-team reps and missed the second preseason game with an oblique injury.
Deshaun Watson remains on the physically unable to perform list, recovering from an Achilles injury.
Flacco previously helped the Browns reach the postseason in 2023 after signing late in the season.
His second stint with Cleveland begins with a home game against the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks in 2025 and have 2 first-round picks in 2026, a potentially stronger quarterback class.
Both Gabriel and Sanders have shown promise in preseason games but will start as backups to Flacco.
The team is considering keeping all 4 quarterbacks on the roster, but acknowledges it might not be feasible.
The Browns need to evaluate their young quarterbacks soon, especially with their valuable 2026 draft picks.
The 2025 NFL season approaches, prompting a re-evaluation of all 32 teams.
Preseason games conclude Saturday, making this the final offseason power ranking.
The Eagles, fresh off a Super Bowl victory, have a new offensive coordinator in Kevin Patullo.
Patullo, Sirianni's right-hand man, takes on play-calling duties for the first time.
Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice, despite avoiding suspension, faces pressure to perform.
Kansas City needs Rice to excel to avoid over-reliance on Travis Kelce.
Bills defensive end Joey Bosa is on a prove-it deal after injury-plagued seasons.
Bosa aims for a strong season to secure a significant future contract.
Ravens tight end Mark Andrews enters the final year of his contract under scrutiny.
Andrews aims to rebound after a subpar 2024 season and a crucial playoff drop.
Lions quarterback Jared Goff faces high expectations after a playoff disappointment.
Goff seeks to build on his MVP-caliber 2024 performance.
Bill Barnwell has identified 5 National Football League teams poised for improvement in the 2025 season.
This analysis considers various factors, including 2024 performance, point differential, and strength of schedule.
The New York Giants, despite a 3-14 record, showed potential in close games and could benefit from improved injury luck.
The San Francisco 49ers, hampered by injuries last season, are expected to rebound with a healthier roster and an easier schedule.
The Las Vegas Raiders upgraded at quarterback and head coach, potentially leading to a better turnover margin and more wins.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, plagued by close losses and a low takeaway rate, are expected to improve with better luck in those areas.
The Chicago Bears, after a late-season collapse, hope for better performance from quarterback Caleb Williams and a stronger coaching staff.
These teams are not guaranteed to make the playoffs, but their underlying statistics suggest they have the potential for significant improvement.
The Giants were particularly unlucky in one-score games, often losing by narrow margins.
The 49ers faced the toughest schedule in the league last year but have the easiest projected schedule this year.
The Raiders struggled with turnovers last season, a statistic that often regresses to the mean the following year.
The Jaguars forced a league-low number of turnovers, which should improve with better health and personnel.
The Bears hope new head coach Ben Johnson can revitalize their offense and improve their performance in close games.
Overall, these 5 teams represent intriguing options for improvement in the upcoming National Football League season.
In a recent 12-team PPR mock draft, ESPN fantasy experts made some interesting selections.
One notable pick was Las Vegas Raiders rookie running back Ashton Jeanty, selected 5th overall.
This is considerably higher than Jeanty's average draft position of 13.3 in ESPN leagues.
Running backs Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey were still available at that point.
Barkley is typically drafted around pick 3.6, while McCaffrey goes around 8.1.
Stephania Bell made the surprising decision to take Jeanty so early.
This suggests a high level of confidence in Ginty's potential.
The mock draft included several other notable fantasy football experts.
Among them were Matt Bowen, Pierre Becky, and Keith Lipscomb.
Also participating were Liz Loza, Joe Kaiser, and Joe Klingel.
The remaining experts were Eric Carabell, Daniel Dopp, Jim McCormick, Eric Moody, and Tristan H. Cockcroft.
This mock draft provides valuable insights into current fantasy football trends.
Liz Loza explains why she ranks Raiders rookie Ashton Ginty higher than Eagles running back Saquon Barkley in fantasy football drafts.
ESPN Fantasy provides a comprehensive draft guide to help players navigate the upcoming fantasy football season.
This guide includes rankings, cheat sheets, mock drafts, and expert analysis for various league formats.
It caters to both seasoned players and newcomers, offering resources for optimal draft picks.
The guide features printable cheat sheets, player projections, and depth charts for offense and defense.
Various rankings are available, including staff consensus rankings, superflex rankings, and individual player rankings.
Mock drafts are provided for different league sizes and scoring formats.
Expert advice covers sleepers, busts, breakouts, and undervalued players.
The guide also includes strategic insights for different draft formats like salary cap drafts and superflex leagues.
Individual player analyses are provided, such as the debate between Ashton Ginty and Saquon Barkley.
Injury outlooks and new fantasy app features are also discussed.
Finally, the guide offers resources for team naming, including a team name generator.
Training camp visits offer valuable insights into NFL teams as the season approaches.
This year, observations from 10 teams across 8 states revealed key developments.
The Indianapolis Colts secondary is depleted with injuries to key players.
This raises concerns about their defense, especially under a new coordinator.
Rookie tight end Tyler Warren is generating excitement in Indianapolis.
The Bengals are addressing their slow September starts by playing starters in preseason games.
Aaron Rodgers was observed coaching second-year receiver Roman Wilson intensely.
The Steelers are experimenting with Jalen Ramsey at safety.
The Houston Texans are incorporating more two-back formations with fullback Jakob Johnson.
There is significant praise for second-year safety Kalen Bullock in Houston.
The Baltimore Ravens are focused on reducing pre-snap penalties.
Devin DuVernay excelled in yards per route run when the quarterback was blitzed.
The Washington Commanders are implementing spinner handoffs in their running game.
It is expected that Terry McLaurin will remain with the Commanders.
Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell recently reprised his role as an Applebee's head shift manager for a new commercial.
He filmed the commercial at a Michigan Applebee's, joined by Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud and Las Vegas Raiders running back Ashton Ginty.
Campbell first took on this acting role last year after encouragement from his wife and daughter.
He admitted to initially being hesitant but ultimately enjoyed the experience and praised the crew and actors.
The commercial's success and Campbell's natural charisma led to his return for a second year.
Applebee's president John Payton praised Campbell's acting and his ability to connect with both Applebee's and National Football League fans.
Despite his return, Campbell self-critically stated that he felt his performance this year was not as good as last year.
He mentioned feeling uncomfortable after filming but acknowledged that it was a fun experience overall.
Campbell's return to the commercial comes as he prepares the Lions for the upcoming National Football League season.
The Lions are looking to improve upon their performance from last season and make a playoff push.
The addition of Stroud and Ginty to the commercial adds some star power and should attract even more attention.
It will be interesting to see how the Lions perform this season under Campbell's leadership.
The Detroit Lions offensive line faces a significant challenge in the 2025 season following the departure of key players.
All-Pro right tackle Penei Sewell, now a veteran leader, acknowledges the changes while expressing confidence in the team.
The Lions must replace 40% of their offensive line from the previous season, a unit that contributed significantly to their high-scoring offense.
The departures of center Frank Ragnow and guard Kevin Zeitler create a void that the team needs to fill.
Graham Glasgow is transitioning from guard to center, and younger players like Christian Mahogany and Tate Ratledge have opportunities to step up.
Former Lions offensive lineman Lomas Brown emphasizes the importance of Glasgow successfully making the switch to center.
The Lions are relying on veteran leadership from Sewell, Taylor Decker, and Glasgow to guide the younger players.
Offensive line coach Hank Fraley, who stayed with the team despite interest from other teams, is tasked with shaping the new line.
Fraley acknowledges the challenge of integrating new players and emphasizes the importance of effort, finish, and attitude.
Head coach Dan Campbell has made it clear that the offensive line is a key focus during training camp.
Early indications are positive, with rookie Tate Ratledge impressing in joint practices against the Miami Dolphins.
Sewell emphasizes that the standard of performance remains high regardless of personnel changes.
The Texans and Eagles recently engaged in a trade involving players and draft picks previously exchanged between them.
This trade saw the Texans acquire tight end Harrison Bryant and a 2026 fifth-round pick.
In return, the Eagles received wide receiver John Mechie III and a 2026 sixth-round pick.
The Texans traded from a position of strength at wide receiver to address a need at tight end.
The Eagles, thin at receiver, took a chance on Mechie, hoping to unlock his potential.
This represents a classic preseason trade where both teams addressed their respective needs.
The Eagles hope Mechie can contribute alongside their established starters.
The Texans look to Bryant to bolster their blocking at the tight end position.
This move makes sense for both sides, with each team gaining depth where they lack.
The trade allowed the Texans to capitalize on their surplus of wide receiver talent.
It also provided the Eagles an opportunity to address their depth concerns at the position.
This was a worthwhile exchange for both teams as they prepare for the season.
The National Football League preseason is underway, with teams preparing for the 2025 season.
Teams are finalizing their rosters, and we are tracking every trade before the season begins on September 4.
Recent moves include the Eagles trading tight end Harrison Bryant to Houston for wide receiver John Mechie III.
The Saints also traded defensive tackle Colin Saunders to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars acquired Saunders, entering his seventh National Football League season, after a preseason game against the Saints.
Saunders played the last 2 seasons with New Orleans after starting his career with the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Texans and Eagles exchanged picks they initially traded in the Gardner-Johnson trade in March.
Bryant is entering his 6th season, while Mechie, a 2022 second-round pick, has 40 career receptions.
The Raiders traded Jacorian Bennett to the Eagles for Thomas Booker IV.
Booker will provide depth for the Raiders' defensive line, while Bennett moves after playing 24 career games for the Raiders.
Darren Waller came out of retirement to join the Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins traded cornerback Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith to the Steelers for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.